The stock market is already setting records this week with the Dow and S&P 500 rising to new highs during the session. Tim Biggam of Buy Alerts is here with a market action. Tim, what are your three keys to trading this market?
Yeah, certainly the biggest is the news from yesterday out of China, Angie, where China is absolutely coming out and in essence throwing the kitchen sink to kind of get their economy stimulated again. So Chinese stocks, which we kind of preferred a little while ago over U.S. stocks just on a valuation basis, having a big outperformance recently. How long that continues is the big question on that front. Secondly, we're seeing, the markets here struggle right at all-time highs. S&P and Dow, kind of hovering right around all-time highs, but not breaking out with conviction. We're seeing the NASDAQ being the underperformer here, even with the Fed announcing lowering rates on the short end. So we'll see how long the markets can head higher without the old leadership there. And then finally, I think commodities, because of the China situation, probably starting to find a floor here. May not have a rip-roaring rally, but I think we might see the lows, at least for the short term, in oil, copper, and the like.
Is it a good time to get into the stock market even at these high levels?
I will wait and see really what happens at all-time highs. If we do continue higher, I may jump in even though stocks are a little more pricey here, but I think we're at an inflection point, so I think it pays to wait. And the VIX still hovering at fairly high levels, so I'm positioning somewhat to be a buyer on a dip by selling puts on stocks that I like and absolutely selling covered calls on stocks I wouldn't mind selling at higher levels.
What's your trade of the day?
Yeah, it's actually a covered call trade on Intel, a name that was forgotten until recently. Takeover talk with Qualcomm and perhaps Broadcom. Apollo put about $5 billion towards them. Stock has certainly put in a floor here, hovering right around 22.5. More importantly, the option prices we're seeing big repeated call buying. IV has basically risen 50%. So I'm buying the stock, selling these very expensive October and November options to hedge, like the fact that I'm getting a much bigger option premium to hedge my downside, but still leaving plenty of upside room if any takeover or additional kind of corporate action takes place.
Thank you, Tim. Have a great trading day.
You bet. Anytime, Ange. Take care.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.